Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to Fancy Football. This is Europe Big Five. Um, it's good to be here once more on Fancy Football, and I'm glad to have once again Nonso Arenzechi on the show. Nonso, good afternoon, and how are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you very much for having me. It was a pleasure to be here. Thank you again for having me.
Oh, don't thank me, but thank God for all of us being here once again. It's been an amazing midweek of matches. What happened yesterday at the Stamford Bridge?
I can't fathom it. Maybe you would help me.
But
For the last 10 minutes in that game went bonkers. At some point it was Man U to win the game, and then we thought, okay, finally Chelsea has snatched the point, and then we could say Jack Robins, Chelsea has snatched all 3 points, and Man United for the second week running again will be disappointed after the 1-0 draw against Brentford. I think it's really comical. A lot of issues with Manchester United, to be sincere with you. As much as we can sit down here and cast aspersions on the coach or point at the issues with the coach, but come on, these players need to help themselves. They need to stand up and be counted. They didn't show leadership on the day. They didn't. In short, the word of Tihag, they did not know how to see a game off. 90 plus 6 minutes, 3-2 up, and to lose that game by 4-3. I don't think they saw that coming.
okay, let's focus on what we have today. Put United's woes aside. Um, when you look at this weekend, from the Premier League to the French League on, there are top matches to be played. First of all, we begin with the Premier League, where Manchester United once again host Liverpool in the Premier League, and Liverpool will be smelling blood in this one. If you look at the Spanish La Liga, you will find out that Atletico Madrid will also be hosting Girona, and that's something Madrid or Atletico Madrid want to quickly put aside ahead of their Champions League match against Dortmund over the weekend. But I think Girona are also a tough nut to crack. At a certain point, they were leading the Spanish La Liga. Now they are third in that table, behind Barcelona. If you also look at the German Bundesliga, you find out that it is third against fourth. Stuttgart will travel to Dortmund to see if they can see the place in next year's Champions League if they can get a win or a draw in the in that encounter. Then let's move on to Italian Serie A. The Rome derby is there in the Italian Serie A. It's Roma at home versus Lazio. So and
That's if,
finally,
that's if, that's if there's anything like home and away. They both play at the same stadium.
exactly, exactly.
Absolutely.
So and finally at the French League One, sorry, we'll see Lyon host Marseille today on Friday this evening. So I think it's though we are in the last stretch of the season, last stretch of matches of the season, but and the matches are coming thick and fast for everybody, for every team that wants to put aside this season, all the disappointment, all the joy, and all the glory. Teams want to just put them aside quickly, and we'll move on to the next competition, which is the Euros. For some of the players and for the managers, they focus on the transfer market to see what will happen ahead of next season. Okay, let's look at the Premier League. We are in week 32 now with virtually 8 matches to go, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, so with virtually 8 matches to go, virtually 8 matches. Is it 8 matches? Yes, if I'm not mistaken, or 6 matches to go. The running has been so tough for some club, and for some club they cherish the occasion, especially the top three. Liverpool, Arsenal, and Manchester City. City are behind Liverpool with 3 points. Arsenal 1 point behind Liverpool. So the chasing pack are beginning to look very, very stronger. And also for the place in the Champions League, we still have the likes of Aston Villa, Spurs, who also drop point on Man United for chasing that pack as well. But this weekend, the match for this weekend we want to look at is the United versus the Liverpool match. And in your prediction for the Week 32 Premier League, you predicted a United win. After what we saw yesterday, though they'll be playing at Old Trafford, it doesn't really mean. But what matters most is that you go into a game with a huge momentum, and that's what Liverpool have now. And United don't have that momentum with what we saw yesterday. So, what do you think will be the outcome of this game, and how should United approach it once more?
For me, I think for United, it's all about redemption. I know Eddie Howe be cussing his luck on how he did not get 3 points in that game against Chelsea yesterday night. But right now, he needs to dust himself up quickly. The next game is already up. It's already at the corner. They play no other than, of course, like you did say, Liverpool, who are also high flying. See, to be sincere with you, I know Liverpool are favourites. They're in a good place. They're in the run for the title. Their scoring goes reckless and abandoned. You can see they were not at their best yesterday against Sheffield United, who I felt should have gotten something from that game. But when it matters the most, the players like Cody Gakpo, the players like Alexis McAllister, they stepped up and got the goals for Liverpool. So Man United, for me, I don't think the fact that they lost has changed anything. I don't think it has really changed anything. If you would ask me, why do I think so? It's about going to the game. You're playing in front of your home fans. They say he that is down fears no fall. You win the game right now. If you look at where they are, I think they are. I was doing the calculations earlier this morning. I realized they were like 13 points from top four. So if they lose the game or they win the game, it has no bearing. But they could play spoilers. Liverpool are arch rivals. They're a team they hate to want to face. That's how it's like. So for me, I want to see Man United come out to attack. I don't think they should respect Liverpool. We saw Chelsea not respect Liverpool and got a result. We saw Chelsea not respect Man United and they got a result. We saw Chelsea not respect Arsenal and they got a result. So for me, it's about coming out to play. I think they could need to change some personnel. Some players were really bad. Anthony, for once, I think was one of Man United's best players yesterday. He was almost everywhere. He tried to create a lot of chances. So that's it for me. So fingers crossed, like this, how my finger is crossed. And I think Man United should come out to play an attacking football. I don't think they should respect Liverpool. The old Liverpool are favorite, but come on. Man United are better when they attack than when they defend. Look at Chelsea. They conceded 2 goals in less than 82 seconds. They took latest goals in the Premier League history. Why? Because they sat back. They felt they had done the job already, and they sat back to defend. And unfortunately, we know the story with Man United. They cannot defend to save their life. This season, Man United have considered over 200 shots. No team in the Premier League has considered that much. I think only in this game against Chelsea they considered 25 shots. The defense is bad. For them to get something from a game, they have to rely on Onana bringing his A game. And the question is, how many days will Onana bring his A game? Well, Onana has his own off days as well. So for me, if Man United does not attack and have a go at Liverpool in this game, I can tell you they are in for a very long game against this Liverpool team.
Okay, they are in for a very long game. In other matches, we see Crystal Palace host Manchester City, who are also chasing the title as well, chasing Liverpool as well, 3 points behind Liverpool. And what do we expect in that game as well?
Crystal Palace, like I said, they'll give it a go. They're playing at the Selhurst Park. It's their home ground. I don't think they should be scared or afraid of anything. But for Man City, come on, you can't play Man City in this form they are in. They are little. No care for the Brenner, no problem. 4 goals, they will be falling on fire. So they should watch it. I'm not saying that they shouldn't dream. They have to dream, man. But I think any point that Crystal Palace gets from this game is a bonus point. As coaches, there's a game to say this game is a must-win. These are games to get the point to stay up. These are games to get the point to get to the continent. I don't think in Crystal Palace at the start of the season we'll be hoping that they get something from Man City. But like I said, they will dare to dream. If they get something from that game, to me it's a bonus point for Crystal Palace.
Okay, for a bonus point for Crystal Palace. Moving on, Arsenal, we travel to Brighton, down north, to Brighton and Albion. When you look at this Arsenal team, yes, we thought last season what we saw last season was that they capitulated at this time of the season. This begin to drop points. There were a lot of fatigue, left, right, center. But it seems that Mikel Arteta have corrected that by bringing in new players, bringing in fresh blood, bringing in backups from different side. But going to Brighton, a very dangerous side that we all know, a very evasive side in the Premier League. They can blow hot, they can blow cold, depending on the mood that they had. I always call it the mood that the Brighton have. We saw them the last time around getting a draw. But looking at this Brighton side, do you think there's a potential banana peel for Arsenal traveling to the Seagulls?
There is. There is. I am be sincere with you. Going to the Amex Stadium is not the easiest ground to go to. Don't forget, if a week back, Liverpool had to struggle and get the result by the skin of their teeth, even at Anfield. Again, ending 2-1. And like I said earlier, Liverpool were praying for the final whistle in that encounter. But once we let about Liverpool, they got their ability strength, to drag themselves over the line. They did that yesterday again against Sheffield United. And now comes Arsenal. Like now we know. Because I said it's not about playing pretty at the Amex Stadium. It's not about playing the best of football. We hear Saka is likely to return. He was in training. Manchester said he's also ready to go after he was, should I say, rested in the game against the game this week against Luton Town. But for us now, I think Arsenal's got a very solid defense to withhold whatever Brighton and Hove would throw at them. My problem is, like, do they have the mental strength, to fight to the finish? Do they have the mental strength to drag the game to the finish? That is the finishing line, which is what I think. That's what Liverpool showed this weekend and last weekend. That's what Man City showed when Aston Villa thought they had done the job, and only the quality in the squad just showed the free forwarding. So for me, for us, it's about how well they can drag it. I fancy them to go and get the job, because if you look at this Arsenal team right now, you would realize that their mental strength is far better than where they were last season. I repeat, a typical Arsenal team would have capitulated against Manchester City and lost that game. Don't forget, Arsenal's woe started last season, started when they lost to Manchester City. A typical Arsenal team with 5 changes in the starting lineup would have lost that game to Luton Town. They would have made a mistake or two that would have cost them that game. But despite the chopping and changing, they still found a way to get the result. Maybe not the prettiest of performance, but they got there at the end. So I think they will continue with that formidable run. And I think we should brace up for a fantastic run into the end of the season, because what Man City has shown there, this is their terrain. Liverpool has got the mental strength, and the same Arsenal have grown as a team, and they're ready to go all the way this season.
Okay, let's and in other games, we'll see West Ham travel to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Everton host Burnley at the Goodison Park. Aston Villa will also host Brighton. Fulham will host Newcastle. Bournemouth will travel to Luton Town. Let's see other matches. Tottenham will host Nottingham Forest, and Chelsea on Sunday. That same Sunday also will play against Sheffield United at Bramall Lane. So that is all we have for the Premier League. Let's move on to the Spanish La Liga. I think the top match for the Spanish La Liga, like we all know, is Atletico Madrid versus Girona.
It is 4th versus 3rd.
Yes,
sorry,
fifth versus third. Yes.
Yeah, God.
So when we look at, I think the story for Girona is a fairy tale story. If they can get Champions League this season,
but unfortunately, there are no games in La Liga this weekend. That I can confirm to you. The games is for the 4th of April. There
are no games in La Liga this weekend. Yeah. There are no games in La Liga this weekend. So
there's a Copa del Rey final that has Athletic Bilbao, Iñaki Williams, and that is Iñaki Williams, and of course Nico Williams, the Williams brothers, who play for 2 different teams, have driven this team to the final. Let's see whether they can win the first silverware in Spanish football.
In 40 years. In 40 years with brothers. So there are no games in the Spanish La Liga this weekend, unfortunately. So
it is the weekend for the kings and the queens of the land.
Exactly, for the kings and the queens of the land. But looking at the Spanish La Liga, I do see that there are financially there's trouble for some clubs in the Spanish La Liga. For instance, Barcelona can't sign a player if they don't sell. Madrid have the luxury of that because Madrid know how to do the business very well.
Madrid are well managed. They know when to say we can't expect ourselves. Madrid would have sold.
And news and look at the sport bishop. News
Yeah,
out there said Madrid spent close to £2 billion or €2 billion. Sorry, €2 billion for that to renovate their stadium.
absolutely.
But let me tell you something. The business idea of the business sense of doing that stadium is that they can generate up to £10 million in the next 5 years,
Absolutely.
which is good
Absolutely.
business for them. From that stadium, they
Apart
can
from,
generate.
apart from football being played in that stadium, don't forget the grasses can now be rolled away. They can be concerts. They can
Exactly.
be they can be used for other things. In that same stadium,
Not
there are
just
hotels.
not just even on a match day. Let's put it on a match day. Look at on a match day for the bourgeoisies of or the cream. I'll use the word the cream de la cream of Spanish football.
Yeah,
Yes, in the capital. When they come to watch in the director box, it looks different. The director box looks totally
it's
different all
absolutely
around the pitch.
that is a modern day stadium. That's the picture that a certain Jim Ratcliffe wants to he has for Manchester United when they talked about building a stadium that will fit the 2024 modern era of football. Don't
Yeah,
disrespect to Old Trafford and the history around it, but he wants to build a stadium where people can not only it gives you that not only you're going to watch a game, it gives you that footballing experience. When you come into stadium, footballing experience, there's
experience.
a
Yeah,
hotel, there is eatery, there is a gallery, you can see the trophies, you can go to have a tour. It gives you that the same thing you see at the Wanda Metropolitano, also in Madrid, you can get in Marrakesh at the September
yeah.
5 stadium in Morocco. It gives you that total experience. It's not about the pitch, it's not about the fans, it's not about the number of capacity, it's about the experience you get. And that's the vision. That's what Camille is trying to turn into. Despite them having the stadium is going to be worth less than what Madrid has done, but it gives them that modern look, modern outlay. These are clubs who are
Yeah.
looking forward, seeing the future of sports beyond football. Football is business.
It's business. So let's move on to the German Bundesliga, and the big match for this weekend is Borussia Dortmund hosting Stuttgart. That is third against fourth in
Yeah,
the Bundesliga. So what's your take about that match? Because when you look at last time out, Borussia Dortmund traveled to Bayern Munich and then
I've got a 2-0
automatically
victory.
hit the hammer on the head of Bayern to stop them
Yeah,
from hoping that they might get a miracle, a last week or last running miracle to see if they could defend their title. Borussia Dortmund, they are in top form now. They are in top form whether
yeah,
we like it or not. If you look at them, and to be frank, also Stuttgart are in top form as well with 3 wins, 2 draws in their last 5. Borussia have 4 wins and 1 loss in their last 5. So
yeah.
let's look at these two teams and see how they will come out to play in this match against each other.
Whether we like it or not, Dortmund are the bigger team. So
Yeah,
it is Dortmund to lose in on paper. And even if you look at the way they played against Bayern Munich, it tells you the best of Dortmund is when they go on the offensive. They are never a conservative team. They're never a pragmatic team. They have a go at teams. It's as simple as that. Uh, they will have a go. I believe they will have a go at Stuttgart, who would want to hit on the counter attack because they want to pay respect. As much as Stuttgart are doing so well, with a certain player I love so much, Grassi, the second top scorer, if I'm not mistaken, in the Bundesliga after Harry Kane.
yeah,
They also want to respect the quality that is at this Dortmund team. The quality is so much there that the likes of Marco Reus are now beat part players. It's so much there that the top player sits on the bench and they can't even struggle to get into the team. So it's Dortmund to attack. You have Jordan Sancho. We know what he did in Bundesliga before he went to Man United. I had that shambolic stint, return back, doing so well. You have a striker in Sebastian Lev. It's not that it's Fulkrug. He was the top scorer, I think, last season. This season is also scoring goals, reckless abandon. There is Reiner in that team. There is Julian Brast. The quality is fantastic. They've got a great team as well. So I think Dortmund will be the team. Will be trying to attack. Why Stuttgart we want to be soak, and counter attack. I put my money on Dortmund. See, what I like about Dortmund is when they hit their gear, they can be
yeah,
unplayable. I think they pick from the right side time of the season. We know they cannot win the league anymore. It is Leverkusen's to win, but they have got a chance to win the Champions League. They're also out of the cup competition. We all know that Leverkusen also got to the final of the cup competition. They'll be playing Kaiserslautern sometimes later this year. A team in the second division. So I think they should be kissing their lips. 2 cups already in the kitty. If they do the needful, let them not get ahead of themselves. So it's the right time for them to get themselves up. So it's about Champions League football. So they picked up the right place, and I think they will get the job done against Stuttgart. I don't see them dropping anything against Stuttgart. So far, you can see it. Like you said, the last 5 games, 4 wins and just 1 loss, and the loss was a bit just a scrappy loss. So I banked them to go to get a job done against Stuttgart at the Signal Iduna Park.
Okay, you banked them to get the job done against Stuttgart. Okay, and in other matches, we'll find out in other matches what. The team that refused to lose in the entire Europe, Leverkusen, traveling to Union Berlin.
A team that I don't know when they are.
You know what I'm talking? They don't know. They refuse to. Not that they refuse to lose. Not that they don't even know when to lose. They refuse to lose.
They don't know when they are beating.
Yes. So
you can be leading by 1 goal to 90 minutes. They will still win the game.
Exactly.
That's how bad it is.
Yeah. Union Berlin will travel to. Leverkusen will travel to Union Berlin. Bayern Munich will travel to Hendelman. Mainz will host Darmstadt Cologne versus Bochum. Freiburg will host RB Leipzig. And Frankfurt will host Werder Bremen. Hoffenheim will host Augsburg. And also Wolfsburg will be at home to Mönchengladbach. So these are the fixtures we have in the
German Bundesliga,
and we hope that it is truly entertaining for each and every one of us, and we'll see what will happen at the end of the day. So quickly, let's move to the Italian Serie A, from the German Bundesliga to the Italian Serie A. I think the Italian Serie A doesn't also disappoint, and the big game this weekend in Italian Serie A is between the 2 Rome side.
Yeah, the Olimpico, the derby.
Yes,
Olimpico.
Roma versus Lazio. So this is the Rome derby between these two sides. I think it's been a wonderful derby, one of the longest derby in the Italian Serie, just as the one you have in the other side of Italy, between Inter Milan and AC Milan. So they are all identical. So what do you expect in this Rome derby with you having somebody as Roma's coach, as De Rossi, who has played, who has played close to I think how many games in this type of matches in the Rome derby. He understands what the derby is all about. They call it Derby della Rome, as it's called. So he understands what the Derby della Rome is all about, and he has to come up with some plan to see if his team will win the Derby della Rome. If you look at the form of these 2 sides, under De Rossi, Roma has 3 wins and 2 draws in their last 5 matches. It's been topsy-turvy for Lazio. They've sacked their manager, Maurizio Sarri, left the last time out, brought in somebody else.
He left.
Yes. He lost 3 games. I think he lost a lot of games, 3 games in the past since he lost the Champions League exit, and he discovered that he couldn't really go again. But with the new manager, I think it's a managerial bounce. 2 wins in their last 2, 2 wins in their last 5, 3 losses in their last 5. If you look at Roma, I think outside Inter Milan and AC Milan, they are the second most informed side in the Italian Serie A. Also, together with Bologna, Thiago Motta's Bologna. Yes, they are the 4th most informed team in the Italian Serie A, and they are pushing on for a place in the Champions League. But I think it's going to be a tall order for them, looking at what Thiago Motta is doing at Bologna. Just 1 loss.
I don't want to talk about Thiago Motta and what he's doing with Bologna. I think they'll get Champions League football with that guy Ozzolini, who has got a wand of a left foot. I watch that guy play every day, and I mean, what Ozzolini does with his left foot. But I tell you, we need to, sometimes they say, some coaches don't know. See, there's what we call the coach impute. They just add a little something into a team, and the team looks like they are unbeatable, they're unplayable. This Bologna
Exactly.
team were struggling before Thiago Motta. And I
Yeah,
looked at
they were.
which player did he
They were really
sign?
struggling.
He didn't sign him much. All he did was change. Like I said, it's a mental thing. You guys are good enough. All you need to do is play without fear, have a go at teams. You can do it. If you are good enough, you are good enough.
But most importantly,
Yeah,
and also is have a system to work with. And these coaches like
exactly.
Yamamota,
Even when it
they,
be
they,
like
they, they, they have
absolutely,
a system to work with. And also,
absolutely.
you can have a system to work with and also have a player that suits that system. And he's lucky to get those players that can play into that system.
You know the golden rule, fancy, simple, feels. It's simple. Play to the strength of the players you have. Don't go do demigod. If your players like kick and follow, and they win you 20 out of 21 games playing kick and follow. Play it. By the time you know you have a plan of playing tiki taka, you'll be
Yeah.
easing them out slowly, slowly. You take out one, bring two. Take out three, bring two. By the time you have formed a team that can play tiki taka, that can win you 20 games out of 21 games, you start your tiki taka. You don't just come over and say, "Oh, this is the way I want to play." Like what Mauricio Sarri did at Chelsea. I want to play Sarri ball, and then all of a sudden he turned everything upside down, and
Oh
the
my
players
god.
absolutely. So, not
Okay,
that Sarri ball is not a good
let's look
it's not a
at
good
let's let,
decision.
let's
But
let's look at
let's look at the derby. It's
yeah, let's look at
like
the
you
home
said,
derby quickly, please.
The Rossi have changed the whole situation. Absolutely. It's turned Roma now to be what they used to be when he was playing. You know, that team that will always be finishing third and fourth. They can't just win the league. And I think that's where they are right now. They're not winning
Yeah.
games, like you said, fourth most informed team in the Serie A. He has turned the tide around. At some point, it was unbeaten until he met, we all know who, Inter Milan, who started, who had to bring him down to earth. So it is what it is. I fancy a Rome win. But Roma, like you said, have picked Lazio, I beg your pardon, have picked up. They won Juventus last time out by a goal to nil. A goal by Murasic in the 90 plus 3 minutes, remember? But unfortunately, again, they were beaten by this same Juventus team at the midweek at the Italian Cup. 2 goals to nil, Vlahovic and Federico Chiesa. So, though there's still a second leg for that one, things can still change when it comes to the Olympico. But my take is this. It looks like it's two steps forward, one step backward. The man who, at last, like I said, after the sack of Sarri, hasn't gotten that consistency. He's still testing the waters. So Lazio fans will
Yeah.
have to wait. They have to use this from now and end of season to test the water. By next season, I think the man will keep the round running because I watch Lazio play. He has a good brand of football. He has a good style, a good system. But I fancy Roma to win this one because of the way they are playing at the moment. De Rossi had longer period to stay with the team, and I think he has turned the tide. And most importantly, he now plays to the strength of the players he has. He doesn't overdo it. He's not
Yeah.
tiki taka. He's not bonito. He's just direct. Get the ball to this player. Who will get the ball to this player? And this player will get the ball to this player, and we'll go home smiling, bringing in the shifts. That's what he's doing, and it's working for him absolutely well.
Fantastically. I think I would like to congratulate him for what he has done, has turned Roma around. Yeah, that is what a homegrown coach and that has played for the club.
Fancy.
I'm not calling somebody's name. I'm not calling somebody's name, please. Finally, quickly, we just have 2 minutes for this show. 2 minutes left for this show. Let's look at what will
Yeah,
happen. Let's go to the French League on. Look at the French
quickly. Yeah,
League on. We know it is done and dusted. We know everything is done and dusted
it's a procession.
yes,
Procession.
with like I said, this is the Mbappe's league. I'm sorry, but he will be leaving there to Spain very soon. But we
Yeah.
know it is done and dusted. But look at this game between Lyon and Marseille for a place in the Champions League. So, what's your take about this game quickly?
Simple. I just to me, it's the battle of the rest. Marseille, like I said, are in a good place. To be sincere with you, apart from the loss to this Paris Saint Germain, which you should lose to as a normal team in the Ligue 1, the quality is definite. They've been playing. They've been playing so well, and they've got a certain man who is scoring goals again. It seems he has gotten back his goal scoring both in PM Break and for Marseille.
Yeah,
Lyon too has got a good striker as well. In Alexander Lacazette, he scored twice in the cup competition that they got to the final alongside our own gift Orban, who seemed to be getting his foot back playing at Olympic Lyonnais. But
yeah,
for Marseille, they have no distractions. They're not in the cup competition. Lyon has a final to play with Paris Saint Germain, who I think will win the double, the league and the cup. But Marseille, for Olympic de Marseille, it's about Champions League football. It's still doable. They can still do it if they have a good run towards the end of the season. And I think where they are is nice. Like I said, their rampage was just stopped by Paris Saint Germain, and we know how why. So for me, I think I will sit on the fence on this, but I think it'll be a draw. both teams will cancel each other. I think they're evenly matched. I don't think anybody's bigger than anybody. They have Aubameyang. This one have Lacazette. These guys were glitter for us now when they combine in their earlier years. So it is what it is, guys. I just want to sit down and get my glass of juice, get a bowl of peanuts or maybe popcorn and then enjoy the show. But I think both teams will cancel each other out. And again, to the favor of Paris Saint-Germain, who are now running with the title thing. It's now a sprint. They are running. Other guys are jogging behind them. So sad. But that's what the Ligue 1 is all about.
Okay, that's what the Ligue 1 is all about. For those that are watching us, kindly subscribe to Fancy Football. Always remember to hit the notification bell to help us grow this channel. It is your channel. It is our own channel too. It is for all of us, and it is a football fan fest channel. Thank you for watching our program. For those out there, thank you, Nonso Adezechi, for being part of this analysis today.
Always.
Whenever you call, you come to answer, and you've been a member of the family. We hope that you continue to give us your A game all the time as we continue to move on. That is it for this weekend. Europe Big Five. Before it was the top five, but now we call it Big Five.
Yeah.
So now it's the Big Five. So we'll see you next week with another edition of this show on Fancy Football. Thank you, and I say gracias.